On this episode, with On the Job with Steve.
And what was your position?
I was a third baseman, a first baseman, and an outfielder. I don't think I'm going to do much with it. You know, I can lay down a couple of bunts. I'll be happy.
This is Steve Webb. He's the superintendent for Vancouver Public Schools. That's a full-time job, and then some. But a few times every year, Steve ditches the suit and tie because every good boss needs to know the challenges his employees face at work. He's making lunch, mowing the lawn, fixing buses, and painting walls. It's On the Job with Steve.
I spend time out in the field working side by side with our amazing educators and employees for two reasons. One, to build relationships, and two, to understand the frontline contributions and challenges our employees face every single day. Baseball was my passion as a young man. Played high school baseball, college baseball. I coached high school baseball and American Legion for 7 years. And then when I was an old, fat, slow man in Seattle, I played in a men's senior adult baseball league and played for 15 years, basically with guys that I played college ball with. It just gives me a really fresh perspective of how committed, how dedicated, how passionate, and how compassionate our employees are with the work and in serving children and families in Vancouver. So I'm excited to be with you today. It's been a while since I picked up a baseball and thrown a little batting practice, so be patient with me. I'll get it across the plate eventually, all right? Happy to be here with you and proud to be on Trapper Field.
All right, here we go. All right, let's go 8.
Oh, I'm not used to this. Baseman's glove? Okay. Or just stretch.
Well, what we tell them is we're going to put them in every situation that they're going to see in a game. We don't want them to ever be out on the field and feel like, I don't know what to do in this spot. So we practice every single play, whether it's going to your right, going to your left, throwing to every single base, you know, if it's runner on first and the ball in the gap, if it's nobody on and a ball in the gap, and hopefully we feel like when they get out in the game, everything just, they can just play and they don't have to think anymore.
It's very tight, lots of repetition, lots of movement. It's all about every skill, every technique is fought through with drills and activity to get as many repetitions executing that particular skill. And if you're constantly moving, you don't need a 3-hour practice. You can get it done in an hour and a half.
One of my biggest things as a coach is just eliminating lines, eliminating people standing around. We want to be, because you know, so many people don't like baseball anymore because they say that it's boring. And kids don't like baseball anymore because coach will stand out on the mound and pitch, and one guy will be hitting, and everybody else is just standing there watching. And so we want our practices to be fast-paced, and we want them to be so that the kids are never standing in lines. They've always got something to do, and so that's one of the big, you know, foundation or core of our program is making sure that our practices are always moving. Our guys are never getting bored.
I like the community. Like our team's more of a family. We don't really like argue a lot. We like joke around with each other, but it's not like actual arguing. I've played for other teams that do a lot of like actual just arguing and putting each other down, but we help each other out a lot here. It's just an awesome experience playing for Fraser. He always tells us that we can. He never tells us we can't. And he'll get on your case, but not so much to where he know you can't take it. He knows each player and like how they are, so he knows what each player can take individually.
The way in which the focus is on building this sense of character and integrity and being true to core covenants here at Fort, the Fort Way, just really speaks to the character of the coaching staff. Oh,
One more buck.
somebody may need to get loose.
There you go. Hit and run.
Attaboy.
Hit and run. He was good. Yeah, he was. The swings were the best, and that's probably the hardest thing, and the thing that goes away over time is the swing. You know, even when I go out here, it's like I can still field it, I can still throw it, but the timing just takes forever swinging. So his swings were good. They were.
Yeah, you could tell he had a little bit of a gap since last time he played, but he knew what he was talking about still.
Oh, well, you know, it's been 15 plus years since I've thrown a baseball or hit a fungo or caught a pitcher. So considering, you know, a little rusty in spots, but, you know, it's like riding a bike, it comes back.
And the biggest thing that I liked was just him, you know, always talking about keeping moving. And even when he gets out on the field, you can tell that it's just, you never walk around the field. You're just always moving, you're always running, you're always jogging, because that's just that was kind of the culture that I grew up in, is when you step out onto the field, you never walk. And so just, you could see that those kinds of things were still there for him. But, and runners, we had him with time with the runners, and he was talking about secondary leads and all the things that we talk about. So you could tell that he spent a lot of time in the game.
Here we go. Attaboy. That'll score him. What I noticed most is how winded I got after several reps. And that's just a function of, you know, not doing this kind of work for some time. It's the old fat slow guy. Woo! Oh my gosh. Right? Oh my gosh. It's warm. I don't know, you know. I swung the bat okay. Athletics, co-curricular activities teach many non-cognitive skills that enable young people to be successful, not just on a diamond or in a gym or on a football field, but enable them to be successful in school and, more importantly, in life after school. Persistence and tenacity and work ethic and teamwork, all of the kinds of attributes that employers tell us that they need in the workers of the future. And frankly, for some kids, it's where they find their connection.
Yeah, I mean, again, the fact that he has a baseball background and that kind of thing, I think makes it an easy connection. And again, when it gets to this time of year, there's nowhere better to be than outside in 75-degree weather and enjoying that. But I know that our kids were excited. I know that they felt like to see someone in his position who obviously is very, very busy, and this time of year extremely busy with the end of the school year coming up, for him to take time out to come be with them and to buy them pizza and just to give them the, you know, that encouragement of you know, stay with it and you guys are going to be fine, I think is important. I think this is something that they'll definitely remember.
I think there's a unique relationship between student athletes and coaches. The focus is really on not just developing athleticism or, you know, a talent in a particular sport, but it's about teaching young men and women character. And there's a mentoring sort of role that comes into play. And I think as a coach, you get an opportunity to shape young men and women's lives in ways that are very profound and lasting. And I think about just my own experience as an athlete, and some of the most memorable experiences I had as a young person was grounded in the relationships that I developed with the coaches in football and baseball. So what's it like for me to be back on a field after 25, 26 years away from coaching baseball and interacting with a young man who is helping me remember how to spot a fastball or how to help frame a breaking ball?
Kind of see like where he's hitting it. So if he's like throwing him consistently up, you don't want to catch it and just pull your hand down. You kind of want to stick it so you see where he's throwing it so he can fix it himself.
Transformative, right? Just powerful and memorable. Hey guys, we got a little bit of pizza and some soda. I don't know if we've got cups anywhere, but
We'll grab some.
yeah.
Yep.
I just want to thank you for hanging out, letting me come out and throw a little bit and take a little BP. And Coach talks a little bit about the Fort Way, which is doing the right thing at the right time. That's about character. It's about integrity. And at the end of the day, regardless of wins or losses, no one can ever take your character and integrity away. So this is about life skills. You know, having fun at the ballpark is wonderful too. And if you ever get to play baseball beyond high school, it's a gift. But in this moment, listen, learn, and do the right thing. So you guys enjoy your pizza, and coaches, thank you very much. Enjoy.
All right.
All right?
Clap it up.
All right.
Hey, let's get a break. Let's get a break on Dr. Webb. Trappers on 3.
Oh,
On you.
yeah? Okay. On 3?
On 3.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Trappers!
How sore do you think you're going to be tomorrow?
Might be a little sore, just a tad, you know? I mean, it's not every day that I'm bouncing around trying to throw batting practice or take some hacks in the box or catching a bullpen. So I'm likely going to be a little sore.